December 7th.
Soldiers, sailors, and airmen.
Ask what you can do for your country.
United States aircraft have resumed action.
So that we can have a full generation of peace.
I see a hopeful world.
We have vital interests.
Allied air forces began an attack on military targets.
Leave now, or we will force you.
On my orders, coalition forces have begun striking selected targets.
The more senior Army officers might be a little reluctant to use the instrument of warfare in order to carry out the will of the country, because we understand how devastating war really is. If you take people who have had the experience of war and are involved in illicit drugs and abusing alcohol, and if you came back from a war that the civilian populace did not necessarily support, you're headed for huge problems.
As we look around our country, on any given night, probably a million people or more that are homeless. And it's estimated by people who really know that population that about a third of them are veterans, which to some of us is totally appalling.
It's a real primitive kind of thing, but people need a roof over their head, and they need food for any of us before we can do anything else or concentrate or focus on anything. That's where we come in. That's why this is such a great program. It gives them that beginning.
Community Hope's Hope for Veterans program is a transitional housing program that provides supportive services for veterans recovering from mental illness and/or substance abuse. We have 74 beds, and the length of stay is for up to 2 years. The program isn't free. We look at the program as a hand up and not a handout.
I enlisted in the service in '73. I didn't go to Vietnam. A lot of guys I knew did go, and a lot of guys died over there. Instead, when I got out of the service, I took care of my mother for the last year of her life. And when she died, a large part of me died. After which, I just continued on my crazy ways. There was times when I was homeless, I was traveling with carnivals, I was in and out of jails, and as humiliating as it was, I had to have it. Whether I go into the woods and drink alone, or whether I was in a bar or on a street, I was usually drunk.
Most of the veterans who come to us because of issues around drugs, mental health problems such as post-traumatic stress disorder, where the flashbacks or where intrusive thoughts or just those previous experiences are so haunting to them, they're difficult to adjust to.
Kind of went down the wrong roads and started doing cocaine and stuff.
I'm a true heroin addict, you know? I robbed from my mother. That was the final thing. I robbed from my own mother.
I've left a wake of destruction and loss and pain and misery that is so wide I can't measure it. That is 21 years long. You know, a beautiful house, a condo on the Jersey Shore, a really handsome portfolio, and it's all gone.
In New Jersey, it's estimated that there are over 8,000 homeless veterans. 20, 30 years ago, most of the people that we serve would have been locked away in institutions for the rest of their lives at a tremendous loss to our society, a tremendous loss to their families.
What really got me to here was that I didn't want to live the way I was living. I didn't have many options left. I didn't really care about a lot of things.
People have to have 90 days clean time when they come here. Probably 90% of our people that we get are from the DOM over at Building 57. That's a working DOM, meaning that they have to have some type of job while they're there. So when they come here, they're able to kind of get started a little bit, pay their rent.
The work part of it is learning life skills all over again, being responsible, and just the next thing you do.
As far as the cafe goes, Gerald and myself run this operation. This is how I make a living now. I just want a job where I can go home at the end of the day and kick back and relax and know that I did the best that I can do.
When they come to us, if they're unemployed, we work with them to write a resume, to network, to interview. We bring them out into the community to get a job with a wage that they can live on and find affordable housing. Our case managers then start linking them to the services they need. We offer a weekly relapse prevention group as well as a weekly AA group.
To even start from a premise of believing that someone with a history that is nothing more than reprehensible and horrific and egregious, and really bring them into a loving, supporting environment with the end goal being self-sufficiency, suggests the belief that people have the potential, the desire to change and be better and do better. I mean, my mom always says, if you don't have hope, you don't have anything. So we have to find that glimmer in people and then try to polish it up and send them on their way.
Break that stroke.
We did most of the general construction effort for this Community Hope project. My construction company hires only veterans that have come through this program. I feel like I'm giving these guys who have served their country faithfully an opportunity to rebuild their lives, to gain their self-respect, to contribute to a project like this, which also helps their fellow veterans.
I ended up marrying this girl, and she was also an alcoholic, full-blown, like me, and we were like Bonnie and Clyde for a few years, in and out of trouble. We didn't really have too many friends left. Our family, forget it. They didn't want to know us. I couldn't go near mine, nor hers. They helped us so many times that they gave up on us. She got pregnant twice, where she lost children twice after they were born. And she got pregnant the third time, and she didn't want to have the baby. And she said, Philip, I can't go through this again. I said, Barbara, you know, I think God wants you to have a baby. Let's try this. And he was born. He was our miracle baby.
We're hoping that they get back into the mainstream of society, get back into the workforce, help them become independent, redevelop a relationship with their family or significant others, that they become good tax-paying citizens.
I actually spent 10 years in the military. I was a heavy equipment mechanic, and I really enjoyed it. I went all over the world where I even worked with the Blackbirds and stuff like that, so I had top secret clearance.
He works downstairs at the Foxhole Cafe. He cooks, he caters. He now is going to a 14-week cooking class, and he will have a certificate that says he can pretty much go and be a chef. Phil has really come a long way. Whatever it is that he wants to do, he has the capabilities of doing it, and he will get there by the time he leaves this program in 2 years.
Right now, I've been here now for just over a year. I've learned a lot. My health is a lot better since I've been up here. I got a little bit of money saved.
This place is a godsend for me. Heaven only knows where I'd be, because never did really well on the streets. I wasn't one of the tough guys growing up. I was kind of a bookworm, pretty much been independent. I don't like taking handouts from people. And this place doesn't make it seem like they're giving me a handout. It's more like a hand up. And I like that.
It's really nice to see someone come from a lot of issues to being able, in a relatively short period of time, a year, 2 years, and have everything kind of solved as much as they can.
America, my America.
Well, I just recently got a job as a resident assistant with Community Hope, and it's a pretty important job. I work with the staff, and I help with the other clients and whatnot, answering the phones, making sure things are running in order for them. And I've also enrolled in Somerset County School for Certified Drug and Alcohol Counseling. And in 11 months, I should be certified, and I hope to work with some young kids and help them out. That's what I want to do with my life.
I like the people here, and for the first time since I've been in the Navy, I've actually got real friends I can depend on, have a shoulder I can cry on when things get real rough.
I want to live. I want to be somebody. I mean, it's kind of late. I'm 59, but I still got a life.
This is the best my life has been in a very long time. A very long time. And I cherish it.
Above the fruity plains, America, my America, God shed His grace on me. And crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.